I just been speaking the truth. I took it back to the roots. And I'm that boy with the juice. Yeah, I'm that boy with the juice. I just been eating my fruit, healthy. And I'm that boy with the juice, wealthy. I got my weight up, I got my way. I just might stay up, I just been speaking my truth. Tell them I took it back to the roots. And I'm that boy with the juice. Yeah, I'm that boy with the juice. What up with it, Conscious fam? It's your boy Khari. Back at you again. Today we're gonna get right into it, man. Straight to the point. What are your rights?
I got my rights.
You feel me? I think it's a very important time, especially with everything going on today and age, with everything outside, as far as yesterday. I don't know how many of y'all noticed, but shit, social media wasn't working yesterday. Me personally, I didn't really care. I'm not really a big social media person. Thus far, I really didn't notice it, but a lot of people, were really bugging out. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle not being able to be on their phone for a little minute. So, with that being said, it's getting real tricky out here. Real wicked out here. You feel me? So, today we're gonna get into, talking about your rights, man. And what are your rights? So,
I got my rights.
Man. And what are your rights? So, basically, one of the first questions I'd ask, are we under attack? My personal opinion, I believe so. What do you think? For all y'all that don't know, I got the queen in the building. Due to personal reasons or whatever the case may be, she gonna be chiming in off camera, but I don't want people to think I'm talking to myself. So I gotta let y'all know.
I'm pretty sure they can hear you.
Indeed, so I ask you, do you think we under attack?
I do.
Okay. And what make you think we under attack? What's your opinion on it?
Well, for one, like you said, for the ones that's media struck, they shut down. They couldn't do nothing as far as media wise.
That's true.
We got this vaccine going on.
Hell no! I ain't finna get no JAB!
I feel like there's also an attack on families, an attack on brains. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
I don't go too far. But
Nah, I definitely agree with you though. Like, I definitely think we under attack. You know what I'm saying? With everything in the past, I'd say year or so.
and our children too.
The kids. That's a whole nother video, man.
Y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife.
The kids, but and time goes. Time and place for everything, and time go. But to basically try to get my take on the question, yeah, I think we under attack, man. If you look at the news every day, with the propaganda, I would call it, you gotta go back to the old school terms, but the propaganda with the consistent fear mongering, with the strikes, with the penalties for basically having the freedom to say what you believe, or the freedom to not say what you believe. You feel me? But just the freedom to choose. You feel me? That's what this is supposed to be. You feel me? A couple years ago, I know a lot of people remember the Colin Kaepernick whole situation. Come down to freedom. Freedom of choice. So, and it's kind of crazy to be in 2021, talking about what are your rights. Like, people protesting, like we got the same situations going on consistently with a little bit more. A lot of bit more. Yeah, I say a lot of bit. But I kind of want to get your take on this question, for I guess just for the purposes of the viewers, as well as just in general, what kind of parent are you? But I'm gonna give you two options. So would you consider yourself the adaptive parent, who comes with discipline, but you know, you kind of essentially, you know, grow with the child. You feel me? Grow with your parenting. You feel me? Understanding that it's not perfect, you know, and the child understands that it's not perfect. It's a continual progressive progress. Or would you say you're the, you know, controlling parent, the, you know, my way or the highway, you know, my dreams over what you believe? You feel me? Which one of those, out of those two, which one would you say that you?
I would say the adaptive parent, because this like jail. If you're gonna be a controlling parent, your child might as well be in jail or in a detention center. Because say, like the video we watched the other day, the lady say, my kids ain't washed the dishes, so they sleep. I wake them up. They gotta come wash these dishes.
TikTok is ooh.
Like, no, that's not okay. You messing with your child mental at this point. So, like you said, it's good to grow. I feel like that's the better option.
Yeah.
And that's what I am. Grow with your child. You know, let your child grow with you. You gotta grow together. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a dictatorship. Like,
Right.
yeah, do this or else. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the reasoning? What's behind it?
No,
What's
exactly.
the purpose?
I feel you. So, with that, you know, like I said, I wasn't trying to be too personal, interpersonal, or anything like that. Trying to stay on topic. I was asking to build to the next question. Do you think the government acts as the parents of the citizens, or is that their job to be like, we are mama and daddy? You feel me? President Biden, Daddy Biden, Mama.
I'm Pepe.
Biden, Mama Kamala. You feel me? Mama Kamala. Or Daddy Joe. You feel me? Like,
That's what they like to do. I would say yes. Honestly, yes. Can't shoot anybody without some consequences, whether it's you just did it just because, or if it's self-defense. The government owns you. They own you. Whether you know it, like it, or not. It's up to you to fight it, but hey, the government owns you. Once your parents sign their birth certificate, hey, you belong to the state.
facts. And a lot of people do not recognize that. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but she said, once you get born, you sign that birth certificate, the government now owns you. You feel me? So, yeah, they want to be your mama and your daddy. But it's up to you to choose to be that, you know, either that problem child or that obedient, compliant child. However, it fall down to the parenting. You feel me? It comes down to the guidance and who's guiding the masses, what the masses are being fed. And, you know, to kind of go back to that under attack, when you look at the food, the water, you feel me? A lot of the spiritual teachers been talking about it. You know, I ain't gonna do too much name dropping, but a lot of the spiritual teachers been talking about it. You feel me? The water, the food, and it don't even gotta be a lot of them talking about it. Like, you can go in the store for yourself and see, like, it ain't really nothing in there. And what's in there, you bring it home, you cook it, like, nah, chicken wings? Chicken wings? Chicken wing? This ain't no chicken wing. Nah, that ain't no chicken wing, man. That ain't even, nah, the skin, you can try to fry that motherfucker hard as you want. It ain't even getting hard. That's not no chicken wing. we know what that is. You feel me? So, yeah, we under attack. But anyway, speeding things back up. I'm gonna do some reacting now. And last couple of weeks or so, there was a woman by the name of Miss Robin Steeman. And she essentially has an issue with critical race theory. For y'all don't know what critical race theory is basically the subject in schools, not even the subject, but the compilation of subjects dealing with, primarily in history, dealing with civil rights groups and other groups that basically had issues running into fighting for regular rights. You feel me? And basically the liberals' approach to basically being in opposition to the liberals' approach to fixing it. You feel me? That's like the full what would be the word? The full definition, paraphrase, whatever you want to call it. So that's pretty much a full summary of what critical race theory is. I'm not sure how many people know about it, but they are making laws actively right now to remove this out of schools. Like see for yourself.
Critical race theory in Tennessee.
In May, the governor signed HB 580 into law. It bans lesson plans that make students, quote, feel discomfort, guilt, or anguish because
now they're making it illegal if an individual should feel discomfort, I wrote this down, guilt, anguish, and any other form of psychological distress solely because of an individual's race or sex. Now, that means if we talking about the civil rights, right? Let's say we talking about Selma. Let's say we talking about, matter of fact, not even Selma. Let's use Rosa Parks. Let's say we're talking about Rosa Parks, right? In the classroom setting, of course. And one of the students, African-American, not African-American, black girl, say, I don't want to hear about this. I don't want to hear about this. I don't feel like this important to me and my people. We moved past giving up our seat on the bus, whether or not we wanted to. You feel me? What? Now, if that's said, you know how many people gonna get on her head? Right? However, that's not gonna get no laws changed at all. You know how many years people have felt like that? I don't even necessarily agree with that particular, opinion all the way. I'm just simply using it to say that what if black people felt like we don't want to hear about this no more? We tired of hearing about slavery. You know how many times that's been the case? You know how many years that's been what's going on? Now, truth of the matter is, it seems like somebody's trying to run away from their truths. You see, with that full pandemic, with that pandemic for that year and a half, a lot of these children of all races have been at home with those parents. And they've really been able to sit back and analyze their parents for who they really are and who they really aren't. Who they really portray to be and who they really are. You feel me? So, with that being said, a lot of these students are coming home with a little resentment, with a little anguish, a little discomfort, and other forms of psychological distress toward them parents. And I ain't talking about, carbonated beings. I ain't talking about us. Even though there are some. But we talking about the whole totality. Think about the Latino people who barely even get included when you talking about history. I went to school. I went to U.S. school. I went to U.S. public schools. We all went to U.S. public schools. You ain't really learned that much about Mexicans. You learned that we took some from them. We learned about the Alamo. We took Texas back from them. You feel me? But you don't really learn about them in a good way. You don't really learn about African Americans in a good way. You don't really learn about nobody else besides Americans. Our forefathers in a good way. While in the same breath, telling us something negative that they did. So you can tell me that Thomas Jefferson had this house in Pennsylvania And he also owned 80 something slaves, right? 800 slaves, whatever the number is. I'm just paraphrasing. So you telling me that like it's a good thing, and then you throwing like, okay, he also owned slaves. But then when we get to African history or black history, it's we went to slavery. We was in slavery. It's no we were in the White House with Thomas Jefferson. We don't get that. That ain't in there. It don't say we were in the White House with Thomas Jefferson. And we got presidential privileges. No.
Or that there was a royalty at all.
None of that. But you can tell us that he owned slaves and he also was the president and he also did this and he also invented this and Come on, y'all. What the boy say? Think for yourself.
Or what Rihanna's shirt said. It said it best. Think while it's still legal.
We're gonna have to get that. We're gonna have to clip that in there. Yeah. I'm just, for me, man, we gotta wake up, man. It's time to start paying attention. You feel me? It ain't no time to be playing, sitting back, not saying anything. Henceforth, while I'm making this video right now, as we speak. You feel me? I done seen enough. I done seen enough of the good. I done seen enough of the bad. It just, man. That we lost and we miss you. Yeah. I just been speaking the truth. I took it back to the roots. And I'm that boy with the juice. Yeah, I'm that boy with the juice. Yeah. I just been eating my fruit, healthy. And I'm that boy with the juice, wealthy. I got my weight up. Moving right along. Following up with that law, one of the #1 advocators is a woman by the name of Miss Robin Steeman. Here's what she had to say.
Taught him about George Washington, and he identifies George Washington as a white man, and then asks if he would be killed back then because he has brown skin. I mean, he's judging George Washington not by any of what he, about being the founder of our country.
So when do we tell the kid that, in fact, he may have been killed back then because of the color of his skin?
I'm not sure that's what you teach, that you would have been killed for the color of your skin. That's a narrative.
First of all, I'm gonna say last of all, because the last thing she said was, it's a narrative. It's not a narrative that slavery happened. It happened. Like, Harriet Tubman freed slaves. Like, that's not a narrative. That's true. It happened. It's factual. Like, it's factual. When it come down to this jab, it's get the facts, get the facts, get the facts, get the facts, get the facts. You feel me? But when it come down to plain black and white history, and I ain't even meaning that in the other way. I'm just meaning literally no gray areas involved. Simply, red or blue. Like, it's really simple. I don't think that should be taught. Okay.
It was a real thing that was going on. You could actually be killed because of the color of your skin. Of course, they would make an excuse for why they did it, but it was because of the color of your skin. So that's true. That's a fact. At least that's what you guys put in the history books.
To say that he's not judging George Washington off of being the president of the United States, or he's judging him off of being a person who owned slaves at that time. I don't even have to say Caucasian, because it's not a race hate thing with me. Like, no, that ain't helping. That don't help nothing. But when we talking about facts, the only reason a person would assume, if I was alive back then, would I have gotten, physically harmed because of the color of my skin, the only reason you would ask that question is if you factually know that the person who was the president at that time looked like the people who would hurt people. That was the color of the boy that's asking the question. We gotta wake up, people. We gotta still think for ourselves. It's really not complicated. It's really not difficult. I just really believe people just gotta start to think for themselves. Oh man. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. This story here, this is just getting out of hand, man. Basically the take of the whole thing is, all in all, think for yourself. Think for yourself. Be aware. Continue to spread information. Start tapping in, man. Start tapping in with things that you necessarily wouldn't even tap in with normally. That's not negative. You feel me? Something that you'll be like, I want to listen to that. That ain't the normal BS I listen to every day. You feel me? Or I'm interested in it. Start tapping into you. Yourself know what's best for you. You feel me? That'll just be my recommendation in all of this, man. But remember to stay aware. Continue to be conscious. Peace to all the fam.
Juice, well, I got my weight up, I got my weight, I just might stay up, I just been speaking my truth, tell them, I took it back to the